Hello, Steve. All right. Hey, where's the flan? Why isn't the flan working? There we go. Now it's working. Let's get this set up. Let me get Druid a link. Do that. Do that. Welcome back, everybody. A big thank you to everybody who hung out in the premiere today. If you would, leave a comment on that video so we can get that video just up and jumping. That would be super awesome. There's a link down below. I hope. If the software connects. Yeah, there we go. Nord, hello, hello. Elven Hair, hello. Derpy Fox. Yeah, the Derpy Fox is pretty good. I hope people enjoyed that video. It took a little while to make. Hopefully we'll have more coming out soon. Sooner than not. Let me get the chat over here so I can see it. There we go. Make those Fox facts trend. Yeah, exactly. That would be good. I really think it takes like 10 or so people commenting on a video to just make them explode, which is awesome. But like, it's actually kind of hard to get that to happen. So if you guys do want to comment on the video or like comment on each other's comments. But yeah, we're gonna do a viewer suggestion again today. I have the list from Wednesday, I guess. The list was posted on Monday. My mic is like falling apart. So I'm gonna have to. Ooh, I hate that. I hate that a lot. All right, we're gonna have to fix the desk later today. Well, after the stream, I'll go up there next. Yeah. I'm sure I will tell people to leave a comment on that video like 1,000 times today. So just be warned. Be warned. Let's start off with a rugby. Let's start with a Fox rugby today. I think that'll be fun. This one? That one. Bloop, bloop. There we go. Hope everybody had a good week. It is Friday, which is amazing. Why is that scaled funny? Okay, great. Oh, whatever. Don't understand. For some reason my pretzel rock station is like way too big. There we go. Whoop. Okay, we're back. We got it. You know what's funny? I had an idea for a Foxfolk Wizard because before you even made that video. That's super ironic. That's funny. A lot of people have been talking about kitsunes lately around me, and it really made me want to finish up that video. So the kitsune was actually one of the first character videos I wanted to make, like way back, because I had a friend that was playing a kitsune, and I was like, yeah, that'd be super fun. I should do that. And it just kept getting put off. And then I made the Tabaxi video, and I was like, that's kind of similar. And it took me 3 years, but there we go. We did it. We done did it. So I hope people did enjoy that one. There's a lot of fun little sketches in that video, like the long fox, which is really exciting. I really like that. And like the tall fox. Those might be reoccurring characters for me now because I love them. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. I mean, the Fox Boy, I mean, not just Fox Boys, but like there's a whole bunch of people that I've talked to about kitsune, and they're all like, well, you got to be careful because people just want sexy, seductive foxes. And I'm like, I guess. So I felt like I had to add that, and I'm pretty happy with that joke. But I did draw like 3 or 4 sexy foxes before I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta be careful about this. Just playing some Wulong. It's also ironic because a friend of mine was playing kitsune in the first ever D&D game. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the I'm trying to think, like, I think Kitsune is a really good like introductory class or race because they don't have a lot going on for them, but they're very unique and kind of flavorful. So, and I think people have enough kind of pop culture in them to like have a good idea of how they want to play it. And so that's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun ways to play Kitsune. So I really like Kitsune. They are a lot of fun. The picture I had was actually a commission there, the one in the armor, and they had that one was a Dampier, so I had to repaint it so that it didn't look undead. But the original one is really cool, and I really like that idea that they had a vampire Kitsune. And so I asked them if I could use that, and they said they were cool with it. So really liked it. Really thought that was a fun idea. I like drawing foxes, so. Good video though. I'm gonna roll up a Kitsune wizard, and I've been cooking in my brain for a couple weeks now. It's like I just deemed it. There you go. Nice. Let me know how that goes. If you want to end up using some of the artwork or stuff from the video for your character, that's totally cool. I'll be posting all of that on the Patreon page and the Discord later. I am trying to set up the Discord so that people can get access to the Patreon rewards without having to go to Patreon, because Discord is a little easier to deal with. But I'm working with some issues with it that I might have to make new folders, so we'll find out, or new little things for it. So we'll try that out a little later. I'm not super worried about it, but that's another way. If you don't want to go through Patreon, you might be able to get the artwork and the tokens for that through Discord here coming up, which I think will be really fun for people. So there's that. And otherwise, yeah, that's all I got today. This is like a zombie rugby. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah. Vampire rugby. There we go. Hello, hello. I was gonna go with a Herringun reskinned as a mouse folk, but foxes eat mice. That's true. That is true. How are you doing today, Corvus? For those of you just jumping in, the new video is live. There's a link in the comments down below. Go leave a silly comment about long boys, because I need the engagement. I should start putting challenges on there, like, oh, if we get 1,000 likes, something. I'll draw rugby in a bikini. Oh, I think so, actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think you did sexy rugby in a dress. I've got like a polka dot bikini rugby in my head somewhere that I'm pretty sure I've drawn. But someone might have. Maybe that was Burning. Maybe Burning drew that. I don't know. Haven't played D&D for a while now. It's a bummer. I'm trying to get back into Pathfinder. Trying to get more Pathfinder games going. Played a little D&D. I did my first major lore dump session with someone who's never played D&D before, and they were like, that lore dump was like, it was cool because now I know more about the world, but I still have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. And it's like, dang it. So that's fun. I've never run into somebody who has wanted less freedom. Like they just want to be on the rails, and I'm like, okay, I'll give you some rails if that's what you want. So that's an interesting twist I have to deal with. Perfect time to get back in. The community is growing bigger almost every day. Yeah. As much as people are... Yeah. Still not sure who I want to play yet. We should do like a call out, like the viewer suggestion, but on videos when we release them. parts. Like do like a mini submission or mini commission. What would we call it? Give people like a month to suggest a character, and then I pick one of them at random. Maybe that would get people to engage more. I'm not sure. I'm in the wrong chat. Hold on a second. Let me get to the right Discord chat here. There we go. Okay. That could be interesting. Could have people suggest Kitsune characters, and then I pick one at random. Monsters suggested. Barg, if you have a character you'd like to suggest for today, you're very welcome to put it on the list. We have a list of about 10 more suggestions. We roll some dice, and then the dice decide what we draw. So if you'd like to suggest something, you're very welcome to. It can be a monster. I usually like a monster and a race. Sorry, a monster and a class. But if you just want it to be a monster, that's fine too. Which I like. I like going off the rails when it comes to trying to draw stuff, but yeah. Business, hello. Yeah, Drew did a great job, I think, with your little shadow mushroom. That was really fun. I believe it was a hobgoblin, fathomless warlock. Okay, if you already suggested it, then it should be on the list already. And then we do a new list every week, so no problem there. I tried to find a whole bunch of like really good SEO, which maybe people don't care about SEO for the Kitsune video. And as soon as you type the word Pathfinder into any SEO search, they're like, oh, Neeson Pathfinders. Yeah, here's all the things you should post about Neeson Pathfinders. It's like, dang it. Not helpful at all. Sorry, I just found that paper. Let's open up this. Let's open up the thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll need to put that book on there. For sure. Okay. Ed Greenwood. Oh, I should check if people can hear you today. Can you guys hear Druid and Corvus talking? I like how you guys just stopped talking when I said that. You can't. Interesting. Okay, so Discord did a weird thing on me here. I think I have to click on this, and then I have to select it. I don't know why it changed all of a sudden. Okay, give it a try now.
Hello.
There we go. Okay.
Talk.
Yeah, super weird. It was even set up right. It just didn't go. Well, welcome in everybody. Elvin Hair, yeah, new video. And for the cats, thank you. I appreciate that. Steve Cat is zonked out. Pixel this morning thought he could fight a crow. And
I'm sure that went great for him.
He has recently changed his mind, so no. So he's not going to do that again. Oh, Druid, I'm sorry. I have a little fox boy in front. You might want to move your character over. I can shrink that. Hold on. There we go. That's a little better. It's covering you up with a new video. I'm gonna put that down there. I'm gonna put that down there. That's what I'm gonna do.
I can scooch up. I'm not taking up full screen.
I just don't want your stuff covered up. That's good.
Is this a mushroom boy or an ant person?
We're going Leshy. We're going Vine Leshy territory.
Okay.
Your cat
I
followed
thought
the
I'd branch
Kenku.
out.
Yep. Pixel tried to fight a Kenku this morning and it didn't go well. I may have been feeding the Kenku, so we'll see how that goes. I got a whole bunch of like popcorn in a tub for Christmas, and the ants found it. So I then had a tub of ants. And so I just closed it and like put it next to the door, and I've just been feeding birds popcorn.
Which I'm sure they love.
Oh, they super love it. They super love it. Every message above. He didn't take his crazy pills yet. Oh, I didn't take my crazy pills because I was talking to myself. It's been a while since I was talking to myself on stream.
Yep.
Those do not exist. Pretty fun. Thank you all here. I do appreciate that.
Guess to reiterate what I said, there's a new Pathfinder book coming out probably in August of this year, and it probably will include new feats for Kitsune, as well as new ancestries.
Ancestries, that's the word I need to add. I guess I didn't really talk about it.
And Forgotten Realms was not written by the guy who wrote the Dritz books, but by another guy named Ed Greenwood and a bunch of other writers like 35 years ago. They had a bunch of adventures everywhere. It's just, I think once the Dritz books became super popular, they kind of focused it on the Sword Coast, where all his adventures took place at.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I had always assumed that the Sword Coast existed before the Dritz books, and he just used the...
Oh, they did.
Okay.
It's just, like, where Dritz's, like, home city is in the Sword Coast.
Okay.
Just underground.
Oh, you mean Menzo Berezan?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
Remember like. Also, I think Baldur's Gate had a thing to do with it because it's also on the Swords Coast.
That makes sense. There we go. It's a fox rugby. Give him a big old poofy tail.
4 ears?
Well, it's got a headband on.
Okay.
It's a costume. I did that in the video too. I was like, I could replace Rugby's ears. I'm like, no, he just needs to put ears on him. One day he'll allow us to draw on stream again. Possibly, yeah. I want to try to set up a day to do that, but I think the problem is with having a bunch of people drawing is that I have to run through the legality of setting that up, and I think maybe we'll just start doing like monthly not streamed streams so people can draw with us just in the Discord. But I need to double check how I can actually get people on YouTube without making them sign waivers. Or make people sign waivers, you know?
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. Many of the 5 adventures take place in the Sword Coast. It doesn't count. Cholt. I don't remember what Cholt is.
It is like the African continent meets South America meets Australia.
Gotcha.
It's full of dinosaurs.
The Savage Lands. I think that was an island in the Marvel universe. I don't think the Savage Lands was actually like a continent. I think it was just a tiny island.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Based off of Edgar Rice Burroughs stuff, I think. Right?
Yeah, like Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah, and the Pellucidar series, which was a lost prehistoric continent sort of thing. Proto-Dinotopia.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna roll the dice.
We've had these discussions before.
Oops.
What was that?
I said we've had this exact discussion once before.
Yes, we have.
Let's roll some dice.
Hey, Burroughs was a pretty formative author for me. I read a lot of his stuff in high school and junior high.
Bugbear Miner, big guy, big pickaxe.
Quick,
I need to read more Burroughs. I have a lot of his stories like just in pop culture, but I never actually read the books.
They're
just
interesting.
quick correction though. Burroughs did not write Journey to the Center of the Earth. That's Verne's.
Yes.
That's Jules Verne.
Sorry.
Jules Verne. Yeah,
Yeah.
I make that mistake all the time as well.
No, I just want.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yelled at by people.
Hey,
the best way to get engagement on
I was gonna say,
be wrong.
Yeah, put that in the comments, and then maybe we'll start a flame war. I swear Burroughs did a Hollow Earth story. Even though you're absolutely right. But I swore he did something to that effect too. I don't know what it would be though. So who knows? Burroughs is the guy that did like the Princess of Mars series, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and Tarzan.
And Tarzan. Oh, okay. Tarzan might be what I was thinking of then.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know he wrote about dinosaurs. And I'm pretty sure Tarzan fought some dinosaurs.
I was thinking he may have done like Professor Challenger stuff, but that was Conan Doyle. I was like, oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like bugbears. I think I draw probably one bugbear a week at least. Maybe not.
Yeah, you do draw a lot of bugbears.
For a while, I was one of the few people that drew bugbears on the internet, so I doubt I'm still top search when you look for bugbear art, but for a while there, that was pretty cool. Which I suppose it's like being the most popular kid in a really small school.
D&D bugbear. Let's see.
Being the most popular kid in a really small school is the only way I've ever been popular.
I have an idea for a wildfire druid, a chronic sorcerer, and a light druid having a flame war. That would be pretty funny. Like, do they actually fight with fire, though, or are they just cursing at each other? I think the difficult part is just role-playing them. And those are that's why we kind of don't see them played much. Yeah, I see a lot of people try to be, like, really dumb, lazy bugbears. Because, like, that's kind of how they were portrayed for a long time. So much so that, like, a big part of the bugbear lore was that, like, they were so lazy that they would constantly have, like, packs of goblins with them just to do stuff because they didn't want to do anything. And I'm like, that's kind of interesting. And so they made really good, like, gang leaders and goblin hideouts. So if you had goblins, they were really good to have as like a boss, a mini boss, or an evil guy in them. And I like that idea that bugbears just troll and yell at goblins enough to not have to do anything. But then they're also like super sneaky and terrifying if they ever do decide to do anything about it. So I like them. I really like bugbears.
Like lions.
Yep. Lazy lion boys.
Except goblin bears.
Yep, except goblin bears. Yep. But I'm also a big proponent of characters don't have to be their demographic book. So you can play bugbear however you want.
They don't have to be their stereotypes.
Yep. No, we don't have to be our stereotypes, people.
Yeah, just look at Rugby.
Yep.
He is not a bugbear stereotype.
Bugbears don't have to be dumb or lazy, do they? No, they don't. Yeah, if you want a bugbear raised by a mage that's super smart, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I would argue that if you're like going to play a bugbear as a character, they're better off not fitting the stereotype. That being said, the stereotype is sometimes really fun to play. So
Mhm.
nothing wrong with doing that too.
I think a better way to look at it is the only bugbears that people see are the lazy ones that don't hide in the shadows.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
All of these bugbears, they're just goblin warlords. It's like, sure. And then there's 50 bugbears just hiding in the shadows. How exactly do you play dumb and lazy in a scenario? I mean, pretty easy. You just hang out in the back.
Yep.
Don't input things or input bad things.
I think I was watching a
Biggest
video and they
boys.
were talking about
No problem, business.
these people in their home campaign, and there's a bugbear druid in it, and like when in combat, he'll fight and everything because it's like, well, if I don't fight, I'm gonna die. So, but like when they're like resting, he's like, I am gonna purposely not do anything, lays on the ground. It's like, I like that.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's like they're still contributing to the group, at least in combat scenarios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that too.
Like, I'm just gonna loaf around.
Yep. I think that's a good way to look at being lazy. Like, things that just feel trivial to you. Not just like, I don't want to do anything, but like legitimately not wanting to participate in mundane things. So it's like, oh, we're going shopping. Pick me some stuff up. I'm gonna go over here. Just like,
So
why
what
don't you
you're
go?
saying is bugbear is my default personality. Gotcha.
I mean, sure. Just grow some
You
mutton
said it, not
chops.
us.
Yeah, grow some mutton chops. You're already half naked all the time. It should be fine.
Yeah. I would wear clothes, but if you wear clothes, you have to wash clothes, and I'm not gonna do that.
See, there you
so-
go. Now that makes sense. Why do you stink? Bathing is so hard. Bugbears are my number one favorite race, but I've only played one in like 3 years of D&D. I want to play them more. Yeah, they're fun. I've played a handful of them as NPCs. I don't think I've ever played one as a full character. I play a lot more
Yeah.
NPCs than I do player characters, though.
Yeah, I've only played them as NPCs, in which case I tend to really lean into the like kind of sadistic torturer nature of them, because I think that they make really excellent villains when you do that.
A lot of the stories about that too, like, so depending on how you look at the different lores in D&D, bugbears are goblinoids, and so
Yeah.
like the hobgoblins will say that they basically genetically engineered / whatever the hell
Eugenics.
eugenics, yeah, hobgoblins into goblins who are like highly feral and just pure energy, and then bugbears are just pure muscle. And so because of that, hobgoblins also like enslaved all of them. And so a lot of the drow lore and stuff use bugbears as just like strong workforce. So you can see like if a bugbear got away from that, they're just kind of like, I'm on chill street now. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And I think that's totally legit. I would love to see like bugbear farmers and stuff that are just kind of off and about doing their own thing away from all the drow and the hobgoblins. Because yeah, they should just be, they're highly sneaky, but they're huge, and that's like two things that usually don't go together, and I love it. It's a good
Yeah.
dichotomy.
Love their frightening reach.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong. Militant warlords or carefree helpers. Hobgoblins, I think most hobgoblins are militant warlords.
Yeah.
How would you play a heroic or semi-heroic bugbear? I mean, why? Easily? So that's I think it's an interesting question, but I don't think you would need to. Like I said, you're not your stereotypes. So just because we're talking about there's this lore about the bugbears kind of being enslaved, and you don't have to play a character like that. You just don't, unless you want your character to have, like, you know, grown up in Menzoberranzan, or maybe you like were in a pack of hobgoblin warlord, or what would you call that, like a war pack?
A legion.
There we go. Yeah, because it's the same thing with goblins. Like, goblins can be goofy and silly and stupid and grow up in like a goblin warren with 1,000 other baby goblins, or they could just grow up in a city and be, you know, completely normal. Like, those are two very, very legitimate ways to play a goblin. So it just depends on their background.
So that, like, it's if you've ever heard the advice before, for writers, when you're writing women characters and you don't know how to write women, you're thinking about it wrong. What you do is you write a person and then just assign their gender as female. It's the same sort of thing. You're just like, you're playing a character. Their race honestly doesn't matter, except for like the setting that you're putting them in.
Yeah.
So you don't need to overthink it. Just make a character, say that they're a bugbear, and have fun with it.
Yeah, if you want to play a heroic or semi-heroic character, do it. If you want to make them a bugbear, they get reach, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's a really great way to say it, Druid. I really like that.
Maybe they're a paladin who is like discovered relative morality and is actively like decided to be a good person in order to fight the stereotype and not be what they were raised to be, right? And
then Indignant Lamentations asked, Hobgoblin Devastators, or doesn't ask, but it says Devastators are presented in the monster manual as military professionals. And I think that's a really good way to look at it. Like, having those traits, if you want all the things in the book, like, that's your background, right? Like, you specialized in military presence. And so that's a good way to look at it, like, because that's the way that they are presented, but that doesn't mean that all hobgoblins have to be that way. So just don't feel like you have to be stuck with what the book says, but the book is essentially laying out, like, hey, here's how we've seen them in the past, and they fit in our stories, and if you want to play one based on the ones that we've seen in the lore, do that. But once again, there can be tons of different hobgoblins. You can have humans raised by hobgoblins, like all that kind of stuff. And then I would honestly give them the same stats and backgrounds, which is why I like Pathfinder 2nd Edition's like ancestry feats instead of there being any mechanical components based on the character. It's all based around your background. Which there are some things that, like, oh, this character has wings, or this character has 4 arms. That is something that is more, biological. But those are things you can take or should take. How do I make this look more like a miner? I don't want to give him a hat. Just make him really dirty. I'm not sure what else to do here. He's got a pick. I love to factor some of the racial ideas into characters, but each one is different lore. It's only a starting point. Yeah. All the lore is going to be different every time there's a new book. So, all of them they're basically just different backgrounds that you can start with. Monster managers look great and tend to be limited to a few archetypes or specific perspectives, which sell well but can hinder potential in many players. Yeah, and we've talked about this before, that research is the death of creativity, which is kind of bullshit. Like, yes, if you just take things at face value, then it kills your creativity, but there's nothing stopping you from changing those things. So don't feel like you aren't allowed to be creative, which I think is the bullshit of that statement. Like, if you stop at research and copy, then you lose creativity. But having lots of references and lots of ideas, I think, is always good.
Agreed.
A lamp. Lamp's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. Bugbear's got to have them real long arms. Real long arms. just gonna draw a big old muscly arm here. I like the chest strap with the lamp on it. That's not a bad idea. It's got like a satchel of rocks. Apparently the new Diablo, if you pre-ordered it, playtest is out today. So hopefully we'll see some cool stuff about that. I have hopes, but not high ones.
I saw rogues are going to be in it.
I thought they were redoing the Diablo 2 ones, so is it rogues or Amazons?
I heard rogues because I saw a video on rogues.
That's cool. That's good. They kind of turned the Amazon into the demon hunter, and I wasn't a big fan of that. I was not a big fan of that. Demon hunter's fine. It's just like I like the Amazon. The Amazon was really cool. Spear and bow.
Spear bows.
Spear bows. Give him a big old tattoo. Actually, he should be pretty furry, so maybe not. Just fuzz him up.
Had one of those cryo tattoos that they do for horses and cows.
I watched the guy do that to himself. I was just like, oh, you idiot. Seemed to work out. I don't recommend it. I think it was Bam Margera that branded a tiny penis on his butt.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know why you can do that to a cow? Because their skin is fucking amazing. It still hurts. I mean, don't get me wrong. Branding is not the most
humane.
Yeah, but it's
Painless?
also not as bad as it would be on a person.
Yeah.
Because we have
No skin.
no, yeah. Comparatively, we have no skin.
Okay, I think that's a good bugbear. I'm gonna call it right there. Brand a cow, it gets a mark. You brand a person, you get a skin graft.
Assuming you have health insurance.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, I just threw my dice.
I'm taking too long doing my own thing, aren't I?
Take however long you want.
I'm having fun, so I might not end up painting anybody's
An
suggestions today.
undead humanoid spore druid who is a grave digger wearing a plague doctor mask. Undead humanoid spore druid.
You know, if you're wearing a plague doctor mask, your general species doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah. It says undead humanoid with flowers growing out of it. So I guess I don't think they actually gave me a.
Yeah.
I
I heard
free
human.
range.
I missed the noid part at the end. So
Tree person. Yeah, I think I might do a tree person. I'm just gonna draw some tree peoples today.
yes, embrace the green.
It is St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
The most silly of holy days.
Well, at least here in America it is.
I mean, like
Yeah.
as
I would argue Valentine's Day is worse.
oh, Valentine's Day isn't
Yeah.
a real thing, but yeah, that is a holy day. So yeah, you're right. I just mean this from like the story we're told of why the holiday is
Oh,
celebrated.
the whole snake thing.
Yeah. If it was just like, hey, let's celebrate St. Patrick's Day as the feast of St. Patrick. It's like, great. But then it's like, why was he famous again? Oh, right, the snake thing.
Among other things.
Among other things, yeah.
A lot of other things other than snakes.
Yeah, I have nothing wrong with St. Patrick at all. I think that like talking about the snakes in Ireland thing is funny. I just like
Yeah.
this.
It's just weird. I got told that story all the time, and then I was like, looked into his actual story in college, and I was like, why do they keep telling us about the stupid snakes?
Yeah.
That's literally the least interesting thing that he's done.
My argument is the same thing with Saint Nicholas. Because like, how did Santa Claus go from resurrecting dead pickle children to like sneaking into chimneys? It's like, how did this happen? Like, I want to hear the stories that people have more. I believe
he's another-
Rookzer0 mentioned that being the perfect for Wolverine in Bugbear video. Yeah. Bugbears are like spot on for Wolverine, except for the regen. There was a comic they did of X-Men that was like knights, and they made Wolverine a troll, but they drew him like a bugbear, which I thought was really funny. Wait, this is an undead tree person. I don't need a face.
Sabretooth is for sure a bugbear.
Yep, same thing. Yep, Sabretooth is also good. It is funny how fables and stories change. I agree.
I remember one version why the whole Christmas present thing was like he gave a bunch of gold to some families so they wouldn't sell their daughters into slavery.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing people had to do.
Yep. St.
Not
Nicholas
starve.
was essentially didn't want kids to be hurt. That he's the patron saint of children. And
Yeah.
so and yeah, the pickle story goes that somebody chopped up a bunch of kids and put them in pickle barrels, and he came back and resurrected them, and that's why he's the saint.
That's the wildest one I've
It
heard. I
is.
was like,
It's so funny. I think Adam Conover did a whole thing about it, but okay, undead plague doctor,
Druid Spore.
druid spore. Yeah.
See, I heard Gravekeeper, and I was like, that one champion from League? Oric, or whatever his name is?
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Wow, nobody plays him anymore.
Yeah. Which is kind of sad. I was like, he had an interesting story. I liked it.
Did he get removed? I'll have to check. My friends like a week or two ago were like, we're gonna play League of Legends, and I was like, all right, fine. So I installed it, and I started looking at the characters. I was like, I don't remember any of these characters. I did not see Yorick. I did not, like, not until you just said it did I remember he existed. Eric Okra Fighter, hell yeah, do that. I may steal some of your plants here. Said they wanted flowers, but what kind of flowers would be on it? Tulips, I guess? How did you draw your... I don't want to steal it exactly. Okay, you just have a bush on your head.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do just have a bush on my head.
I'm gonna just do some
He's
flowers.
a leshy. Yeah, he's a leshy, or like maybe a mandrake.
Maybe a mandrake would be good.
But
I
he's
guess-
all like roots and nasty. I drew his face the way I usually draw veggie pygmies, which is basically the same thing as a leshy. So
Yeah. I'm gonna put some
It-
mushroom goop here.
It looks like he's still playable.
Is he? Okay. I just didn't see him on the roster of like things I could pick. And I know I own him because we played him in the past.
So apparently I was thinking his name was spelled different. It's spelled with a Y instead of a U.
Oh, Yorick.
Alas, poor Yorick.
So like his base skin kind of reminds me of like a
Reminds me of Stampy from Ocarina of Time. Stumpy? Stampy? What the hell is his name? Dampy. There we go. Stampy.
I mean, he did stamp around.
Stampy.
The Gravekeeper from...
Oh.
He looked like this.
No. Yeah, but where they have his art, little splash art, he kind of looks like a wild orc.
Okay.
Like, he does without the tusk. I was like, he just looks very orcish.
Yeah. I've been thinking about a Penguin era Koka Kenku character with a Wandsman? Multi-dimensional SCP-related organization background. Interesting. Are the Wandsmen like Men in Black? Is that what's going on? I think that's the thing that bothers me the most about the SCP. Is that, like, the whole concept behind it is like, what if the Men in Black, but kind of evil? It's just like, well, what are the Men in Black doing? They're effectively the same.
Evil aliens.
Yeah. I feel like the Men in Black would be in odds with SCP.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it got privatized, and that's where the SCP Foundation came up. We can't be wasting money on this off the books operation. You're getting mothballed.
Find a way to monetize all of this, these nasty critters that are disrupting physics.
Yep.
I just remembered in the Men in Black movies, they ask like, so which branch of the government report? And he's like, none. They ask me questions.
Yeah.
Like, how do you fund all this? We own a few patents. It's like they own the patent for CDs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Technology. I was like, okay, that'll become irrelevant in a couple of years.
Yeah, but by the time it does, they'll have something new.
That's a pretty good picture. St. Patrick choking out a snake. So, for those of you who just jumped in, there's a new video live. Why you should play Kitsune. You should go leave a comment on that video so the engagement goes bananas. Tell me about your favorite favorite Kitsune character, or whether or not you want to play a Kitsune. Or just yell Long Boy really loud into the chat. I really like that picture of the long fox. I don't know why it exists, but I love it.
It just does, and we are grateful for it.
Yep.
I just know the artist is selling prints of it on Etsy.
Yeah, he did a whole line of mythical creatures. Shoot. I had the name in my head for a little while, and I was going to mention them in the video, but then I just had the name on the poster. It's good stuff. I want bigger collars. Cuffs? Bigger cuffs. There we go.
Well, apparently wandsmen are bird people who seek to share knowledge throughout the multiverse.
Interesting.
by acting like investigative reporters.
Okay.
According to DHB.
I slap people with his penguin fins. We need more battle shovels. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, but that's a monk weapon.
And there's a monk spade. The weirdest weapon because it can do all 3 types of physical damage. Like piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning. It's like, okay.
Yep. A shovel is the perfect tool.
Would a shovel double as a small shield?
You could deflect stuff with a shovel.
Depends on how you handle it.
God gave me a gift. I shovel well. I love that movie.
If you can deflect with a sword, you can certainly deflect with a shovel.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was making 2nd edition, I would give a shovel like the parry trait. So you won't be able to do like a shield block, but it'll give you a boost to your AC.
I mean, it's essentially a staff. Like, it's somewhere between a staff and a glaive.
Yeah.
So, if you gave it a parry, I feel like you'd have to give it to the glaives too.
That's not the rules that 2nd edition is following.
Is parry on? Is not a feat anymore? It's a weapon skill.
You can get parries as a feat, but there are certain weapons that get parry as a trait.
Interesting.
Yeah, so, it's a weapon special quality, just like how in 1st edition you could have weapons with trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like, as an action, you can like basically assume a defensive stance with said weapon and get a 1-round bonus to your AC.
That's cool. I like that. Goes with a war wheel bar. Oh boy, I read that wrong. War wheelbarrow. Yeah.
Why not? There's a battle chariot wheelchair.
I dig it.
I agree. More accessibility. More accessibility is always better. I'm definitely going too hard on this painting.
I mean, it's fun.
Especially considering how small it is. I'm way zoomed in, worrying about details that don't matter.
If you guys think Druid is spending too much time, go leave a comment on the Kitsune video about it.
Tell me to hurry the fuck up.
In fact, leave a comment and then comment on everybody else's comment.
I believe the class for the Plague Doctor is a Spore Druid.
Yeah, I was trying to put mushrooms in their head. Oh, someone was asking. Yeah, Dio was asking. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else to do with that besides maybe just make them kind of stinky. Just put little poofs. I like the idea that a plague doctor is just full of plague. Like the mask is keeping everything in instead of keeping everything out. That's not a unique idea by any means, but I like that. I like that idea. Take the mask off and just like Fox Veg a pygmy win. Comment on the video. Maybe I'll do that. If enough people thumbs up that comment, I'll draw a Veg a pygmy fox next Friday. How's that? Tell you what,
Pygmies are my thing.
Well, then we'll do a Veg a pygmy day.
I'm just kidding.
I'll change the pinned comment to that. Okay, there. Veg pygmy fox. It's in the thing. Share that video. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay. Let's draw the next one. I should have eaten more today. I did not have a very big breakfast.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I didn't eat enough yesterday.
I just went shopping and I don't have anything in my head about what I can eat right now. Maybe I'll go grab some beans real quick. I'm gonna roll this and then we'll come back and we'll draw that. 16. What am I drawing here? A Tabaxi Monk of the Open Hand. Okay. Let me go get a snack real quick. One sec.
Okay. I kept talking over you, Corvus. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Go watch the video.
I don't remember. It's okay.
Fuck. I ruined it. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It probably wasn't important. I think we're just saying 5-minute break so Rick can grab him a snack.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I'm really struggling who I should bring tomorrow.
I mean, let's see.
I don't think any of my two characters are effective. Would be effective in this fight.
I was actually really surprised that so many people wanted to do it because we've got a fair number of the occult spell list casters in our little guild, right? And most of those spells on that list are not going to be effective against a alchemical golem. So
yeah, I was thinking about maybe bringing my Goran, who's a sorcerer. Maybe to.
Yeah, we haven't seen that character yet.
Tabaxi of the Open Hand.
No. I think that's what
the earphone on my headphones just fell off.
I hate when that happens. Takes me like an hour just to get
buying cheap ones.
Right.
Not cheap headphones, but cheap earphones replacements.
Yeah. Well, mine like can fit back on. It's just they're
okay.
Yeah. They fit on, so it's like it just takes a while for me to like get all the little the seam in the little crevice.
Hmm? Back to monk.
A punchy monk.
Okay. I had a dragonborn bard that had flying recliner chair. That sounds pretty good.
Whizzing javelins is a lifestyle. Is Rook gonna bring his little javelin railgun?
I might.
Probably one of the characters in the guild that would be more effective versus an alchemical golem.
I'm just gonna stay way over here. Open palm is no weapons, right?
Yeah, functionally. They can still use a staff and stuff, but they are just some more punchy type of monk. It's basically just like a straight upgrade from the monk's normal kit they have. I think they can explode people's hearts.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Touch of death.
Kill Bill style.
Yeah, I think it's called Quivering Palm.
I'm gonna need you to make a death save. Excuse me?
Yep.
Save for death. Run that by me again. Roll above a 14 or you die.
But I still have 50 hit points. It doesn't matter.
Javelin railgun. Gimme. Yeah, so in second edition I made a poppet. I gave him all these functional feats that allow them to like launch a javelin like 300 feet. There's a bunch of different feats that work, and so you can either make them like up the damage or you can up the range or the speed. And you can kind of eventually I'll probably get all of them, but like level 5 or 6, that's where I'm at. I can just like.
And it's a ranger build specifically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Second edition Pathfinder has my favorite iteration of a ranger, personally. But yeah, I would say like adapt it for other things, but it's kind of uniquely second edition Pathfinder in the way it works.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Still, it's definitely worth a look.
There's a TikTok I saw the other day of an artist. He does like art reviews, but art reviews of other people teaching art. So like he'll watch a tutorial and then he'll comment on it.
Interesting.
And he was saying that like the reason anime anime muzzles look like this, like the faces on anime people. It's because they're trying to make them look like cats. And I'm like, that's sounds true. It makes a lot of sense.
I'd like a source on that, personally.
It was this YouTube guy. Like, so I have there's no there's no like I have
his opinion.
His opinion. I have no evidence to back that up, but it was an interesting idea. I think his accusation was everybody's a furry at heart.
The answer is probably yes.
Well, people are animals, so
don't justify it. Just let it go.
The Baxi misunderstands open palm dresses in palm tree leaves and coconuts. Great.
Tropicana. A Tropicana monk. That'd be pretty funny. Hit him with the coconuts. Does a tabaxi need hair beyond themselves? Probably not.
Need? No.
Should they have?
I don't usually. I'll often give them patterning, like fur patterning that kind of looks a little bit like hair.
Like a calico?
Yeah. But
When
I
you
don't.
said, do they need hair? It's like, are you making all your tabaxi sphinxes now?
I mean, I could do
Or
that.
just hairless cats?
I like to refer to them as cat goblins.
That's yes, that seems accurate. That is true.
I want one, actually.
Hey man,
Really?
if you got $2,000
Yeah.
and a whole lot of free time, and don't mind little babies screaming at you, they're a perfect cat.
They also take
I mean,
a decent amount of
I
upkeep.
know they're
'cause
expensive.
Yeah.
They're also a lot of upkeep because they're like their skin is very sensitive, and it still produces enough oil for as though it did have fur, which means you have to wash them frequently because otherwise the
Yeah.
oil builds up.
They
You
are
also gotta put
very high
sunblock.
maintenance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Very high
I'll never
maintenance.
get one. I just personally would like to have one, or at
Sure.
least know
They're
someone who has one
super
so I can
cute.
just-
Super cute when they're babies. And they
Yeah.
scream. They scream like people.
I think my favorite cat breed is Egyptian Mouse, which are another one that's really high maintenance. They're basically the cat version of Huskies.
Okay. I want to see one of those.
They're really pretty. They look a lot like Savannas, except I think usually they're a little bit smaller and they're a much older breed. But they're like super inquisitive, get into everything.
Yeah, that's why they're high maintenance. Not so much for grooming, but you gotta make sure everything is like bolted to the ground.
Yeah.
I'm gonna destroy everything.
It's like all cats are known for pushing stuff off the counter. These cats like make a sport out of that.
Yep.
Just yeeting stuff across the room. You have a tabaxi
Yeah.
that stole some dwarf beard and is wearing it. That could be pretty funny. I'm gonna slap that beard right off your face. Then it will be mine. I'm gonna go a little harder on this curve here. Pow.
Oh no.
Hmm.
So, Lance Redrick, the guy who did a lot of voice acting, he also voiced Thordak in Legends of Vox Machina, passed away.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, no, he's really
Sorry
cool.
to bring the mood down.
Find peace in the afterlife. We should thank him for all the cool stuff he's done.
Yeah, because I
really like him as
definitely
an
have
actor.
seen a lot of shows
Yeah.
that he is voiced in, and it's like really sad.
It's a bummer.
I'm so sorry for bringing the mood
No,
down.
it's totally fine. It's totally fine. We can give him a moment of silence because he's a cool actor. The music kind of brought the mood down. Wow. A Siamese cat or a Sphinx cat that just wants to run the best noodle shop at D&D. The secret ingredient is there is no secret ingredient. I love that movie. I don't care what people say. Kung Fu Panda is amazing. Skadoosh.
It's love.
Eggs are a main ingredient in pasta. Maybe he or she needs rock eggs. That could be good.
Oh, rock egg. What's a rock egg? It's like, oh,
You need one rock egg to
ROC.
yeah. Be enough. It'd be enough egg to feed a village.
I thought you said rock eggs. As in
probably
the
not as healthy.
vulture demons.
Yeah, probably not as healthy.
Rock eggs.
Probably cheaper.
Next, you'll be telling me you're going to try to make vermlick pasta.
What are vermlicks?
Worm demons.
Oh.
Why not?
Eat you from the inside and turn you into one.
How else am I supposed to get my lawful evil patron packed?
There was a link earlier with someone on Twitter posting about if you turn all the guards in a city into zombies, they never have to rest. And it's just that's one of the most evil things I think I've ever heard somebody say.
Yeah.
I mean, not wrong.
Not wrong, just
But this
super
guy's-
evil.
He's not wrong, but he's out of line.
Let's have a discussion about comparative morality.
Salted rock eggs. Delicious.
I guess the real problem with that is using the undead to be your guards is one thing, but turning all of your guards into undead, very different thing.
Yeah. I mean, unless consent.
That's what I'm saying. If you sign up to donate your body to the city guards, that's one thing. That's totally fine.
I remember I was combing over Wikipedias of past D&D gods, and there's a death goddess called Ouija. It's a very weird name. And she was okay with like necromancy, so as long as you procured the body by a lawful means.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like buy or have someone donate their body to you, it's like, okay, that's one way to do it.
Kevin the Necromancer, for his campaign, he was trying to get everybody to like be cool with necromancy. And so what he did is he had a bunch of his disciples, he kept running in, like the players kept running into NPCs that were selling life insurance policies, but it was like unlife insurance policies. He's like, I will give you 200 gold right now, but when you die, I get your body. And they're like, yeah, yep. And so they were just wandering around like buying people's bodies after death so they could use them for necromancy. I thought that was really funny.
That's awesome. It is awesome.
It usually started with, would you like to donate your body to Sandro? And they're like, no. And he's like, I'll pay you money. And they're like, deal. So, I think that's a really fun way to do necromancy.
Money now, and there is, yeah, especially like if you're, it's really funny too, because usually that sort of like pact, you expect them to be coming for your soul.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, we don't care about your soul, we just want your body.
Just with the body.
What good is a body without a soul? Good is a soul gonna do me?
I just need the meat.
Just looking for golem ingredients,
Or
really.
at least the bones.
Yeah.
Tabaxi Chef Monk. That's pretty good. Vampires need to get in on this. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, the Red Cross, probably run by vampires. Like, make it philanthropic. Make it seem like you're helping people. Actually help people. Drink all the extra blood. Vampires exist. They're all corporate hacks. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I'm done with this, Tabaxi. I'm gonna roll my dice.
I feel like if you're effectively immortal, you kind of like, you probably learn within your first millennium that money kind of runs the world. So like, you don't have to be nasty about anything, about everything. If you have the green to back up your physical needs.
Yep. Drow Bladesinger, female noble with rapier and cards. Here. Sorry for the crunching.
I can't really hear it on Discord, so I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
My
I
dad,
can tell you're eating, but I don't hear the crunch.
for my birthday, bought me like 50 boxes of almond crackers.
Gee.
Yeah. He's like, I tried to buy you a box and I accidentally bought you a box of boxes. And I was like, okay. And he's like, and I accidentally bought you 2 of them. And I was like, okay. So
You don't want to return those? The extra?
that's what I was like. I'll return them. He's like, no, that's fine. They're already on their way. I was like, okay. So I got lots of almond crackers. They're really good. They have no, like, very little salt. All good fats. I mean, because they're just almonds. It's just almonds turned into crackers. Super good.
So like almond flour.
Blue Diamond almond nut thins.
That's a lot of almond.
Made with real almonds. How many times does it say almonds on this box?
I
Too many.
think I've counted you saying almond at least 4 times in that sentence.
80% more crackers than a box that weighs the same. That doesn't make any sense. Certified gluten-free. Rice cracker snacks with almonds. So they're rice crackers. Hashtag
Yeah,
not sponsored. Hashtag
You need a
pretty good.
You need a little bit of some sort of glutinous starch.
Oh, I will not be lacking.
No, I mean, like, to make crackers, you need something.
Oh.
You need a base starch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever worked with almond flour. I like to bake, so I have. It does not bind to itself at all.
Interesting. I just started using whole wheat flour, which is quite a bit different than like normal all-purpose flour.
Oh yeah,
But
Yeah, it
makes
needs-
pizza dough pretty well. It's just it's not as stretchy for sure.
Yeah, I think it also requires more hydration than others.
Yeah, I did discover that. Drow Gambler, that definitely is the vibe here. I'm gonna go for a Drow Gambler. I haven't drawn a profile in a while, so I'm gonna do that. What kind of clothes would a blade singer be wearing? Padded leather, maybe? Maybe a coat? I'm getting these last crackers. So help me.
Yeah, I would wear some type of leather or padded armor.
A jerkin or like a padded tunic.
Yeah.
What are we drawing now? We are drawing a Drow Blade Singer.
I'm still doing veggie pygmy / vine leshy. Because I'm just giving into my desire to do all the detail.
I'm eating crackers. You want me to stop eating crackers? Go leave a comment on the other video.
If you find this stream to be a bad auditory experience, go to the video.
I need to do like a D&D mukbang. Those are pretty cool.
Make all the several foods from the cookbook.
I gotta be honest, that cookbook was sad. Really cool pictures, really beautifully put together, really well done.
I just don't know what exactly you were expecting.
I don't know.
That's my only.
Yeah, I mean that's my problem.
It's like I was expecting like normal food, like just D&D flavored.
I was expecting,
Something a little bit more creative and exotic.
yeah. Yep.
No. Darrington Press is putting out a cookbook, or has put out a cookbook.
That's cool.
Bunch of Scanlan's vegan recipes. I'm sure there's going to be just the
Boiled chicken.
I know they added one of Esteros's cookie recipes.
Yeah. That was a very cute thing that he left the cookie recipe for Laudna.
Yep. Like a maple ginger cookie.
Sacrilege. I'm trying real hard to like ginger. I like ginger snaps.
My issue with ginger snaps is they're too hard for me to eat. I literally have to let them get stale before I can even eat them.
Dip them in cookies. I used to get a ginger snap that had like vanilla frosting on it. Those are really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Most of the ginger snaps I've ever had in my life have been like soft molasses cookies with ginger added.
Yeah,
so,
that's fair. Maybe that's what those were. Maybe those were molasses cookies with vinegar on top. Vanilla on top. Maybe that's why I can't find them anymore.
I remember having these kind of spiced almond cookies when I was younger, and they were in the shape of windmills. Too early to be talking about food now.
I mean, is it? It's 12:30. We can talk about food.
We're gonna talk about cookies. Like
I'm
my family has long history of like several passed it down family recipes of just like the most amazing Eastern European cookies.
I'm gonna do a hot take here. Most people's family cookie recipes are not that great. Everybody's favorite cookies is their mother's cookies, and those mother's cookies are probably from the back of a Toll House bag. So I've.
That one's jaded.
Yeah, no, it's very frustrating to me. It's
No,
very
like
frustrating to me.
I agree with you. I think that generally that is the case. This is not true for at least for two specific cookie recipes that I'm thinking of. Maybe three. So like every year we do around Christmas we do a lot of cookies, and my Oma's cookies, like she was specifically German. They're technically my great grandmother's cinnamon star cookies. And they're like a meringue cookie with hazelnut flour.
I'm not gonna tell you where I think those are from. Just because I don't want to actually make like a deal about it. But your family recipe could be unique and wonderful. In my experience, most of them aren't. Makes me sad.
This cookie recipe specifically, I've never found anything like. I've never seen a recipe like it. I've never seen a something like you can buy that's similar to it in a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And then my brother-in-law's grandmother has like a honey whole wheat gingerbread recipe that tastes very unique and is absolutely delicious to me. And we do like the most generic one we do is Swedish Spritz. They're little almond cookies. They're basically almond flavored sugar cookies that you put in a cookie press and bake kind of hot and fast, so they end up kind of crispy and short.
Nice.
I like those a lot. And we also do, like, my family's very German, so we do Pfeffernuss, and we
That's
do
cool.
like your typical jam thumbprint oat cookies.
Yeah, I love
We
those.
do a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
We don't do any of those.
Brother Malachi, I'm gathering money to have you add to my RPG characters. Got a bit of adventure at the start, waiting until I get another one. I'm gonna play before I throw money at you. Yeah, sure. Let me know whenever you're ready. Just hit me up on Discord, and then we can talk about prices and what you want to get done. Commissions are open right now. I just finished the video. I'm working on one commission starting on Monday again, and then we will be back to doing that. So I have like 2 or 3 left, and then I have a big project. So if people want to get commissions done, let me know. My prices are listed on the art. What is it? Commission artists in the Discord. Yeah. Talking about Drow having to be evil. Yeah, I don't think Drow have to be evil. It's very much there's a large city of evil Drow that if that's where your character comes from, cool, make him evil. But yeah, they definitely don't have to be. All right, we need to get this rapier in here.
I think that it's difficult to disentangle yourself from the worship of Lolth if you're born into that religion, but it's possible.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you're from Menzo Berezan, you probably worship Lolth, because otherwise you would have been sacrificed to her. So, so those are your choices. But that doesn't mean that that's the only place Drow exists. Dritz started there and decided not to be a part of it.
and managed to get out alive, somewhat miraculously.
Yeah, it had a little bit of like clandestine a nature to it, but it was still like totally worthwhile. I think that's a great.
Yeah.
I think that's a great story arc. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Being a reformed Loth character is pretty awesome. That, and there were a lot of drow in there that like they kind of just lived there and basically like lip service their way through life.
Yeah.
Because really it's just like the handful of the houses that make the drow evil. Like,
yeah.
Being a drow noble might make you a little more inclined to being evil. But
just like being a Republican, mate. I'm just kidding.
Careful now.
No, I didn't actually mean anything by that. I was just...
Alestra? I'm not sure. Maybe. Is that the one from Critical Role? Or is that a different one? Because I don't remember that one in D&D.
So that is the officially like the only good drow goddess in her whole pantheon. She's like Lolth's wayward daughter.
Interesting.
In Lolth's opinion.
Altruistic by nature. Lolth helps those who help themselves. I think that's from the book. I think that's from one of Salvatore's books. It's really weird to ask Loth for help, because if you do, it's like you're basically admitting defeat.
Yeah, and you don't want to show your weakness before a tyrannical, evil god.
Tyrannical spider demon, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think God is probably the word we should use there, because she's more powerful than just a random demon. You've displeased me. You're a spider person now.
And for all of you people who are thinking there could be worse things, it is a legit curse. You lose your mind. We're not talking about I want to be a werewolf and keep my sanity and not be forced to eat people.
I want to be one of them good driders. It's like, You're gonna have to have a really, really good DM for that.
Yeah. If you can tell me how that works, how you can save your sanity through the flesh warping process.
I only eat mosquito people. One of them good spiders. If you only know one god and it's an evil god, you must operate under the rules to survive, but you can bend the rules. The only way to know about it, get a good branch of werewolves again, some forgotten realms in their wood elves. Yeah, it's just, I think there's a lot of different things, because like technically all druids are were creatures. They just have control over it.
Yeah.
And
so
then
like, I'm specifically talking about the nature of the curse. The nature of the curse is you don't have control over it.
Being turned into a drider by Loth is like one of the prime punishments for fucking up in Menzo Berenzan. It's like you've spurned the gods, spider person.
And like one of the reasons it's bad is because you don't get to keep your autonomy through it, right? Like you lose control, you become a slave in a twisted body, and the process is quite painful if I'm remembering more correctly.
And I think, like I said, like anybody born in Menzo Berenzan is born into an evil society, because that is how it runs. But that doesn't mean you have to be an evil person, by any means. Like you can still make your choices and stuff. But But if you popped up and told a wood elf like, oh hey, I grew up in Menzo Berenzan, they're probably gonna have a lot of predisposed assumptions.
Baggage.
Yeah. And I mean, really, at the end of the day, I just give her a mustache. At the end of the day, like that's all the alignments really even are. Is just like how are people perceiving you before they meet you. Everything is about choices. Choices and actions. I guess I don't need to go into ranting about cookies. But if you guys want some bomb-ass cookies, Betty Crocker. Almost everybody's grandmother only had one of two cookbooks, and almost all of the grandmother cookies are just Betty Crocker cookies. Go check that out. You can buy them all over the place. They use mostly butter and lard. They make good cookies.
Yeah, tasty.
But I went on a, when I turned like 24, I went on a bender of like, I need to collect all of my family's recipes. And most of them were just, here's the Betty Crocker cookbook. And I was like, no, you've been making these for 50 years. They're like, yeah. It's this book. It's all from this book. Because like there really weren't a lot of cookbook options for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
And so yeah, like I think Druid, you're probably right. Like a lot of the ones that wouldn't be there are things that came over late to America. So if you have like a German recipe from the 1950s or 60s, that probably won't be in like that cookbook, right?
Yeah.
And then, but for people that have been here for more than 100 years, it's all Betty Crocker. It's all Betty Crocker. And so that was.
I think there's also like some family recipes are like they probably did appear in cookbooks, but like maybe they're a little bit complicated, and so maybe they're like a specialty of a patisserie.
Yeah, that's the other option. The other thing I've seen
I think
is
that's what my cinnamon stars that I'm talking about are.
There could be, because like a lot of the interesting things that I've run into is there were some great cookies that like my parents remember. And they're like, oh, well, that had to be a big family recipe. It's like, no, that was just like there was a cookie cutter machine that came out in like the 1940s that everybody bought. And so everybody had these like this memory of like flat sugar cookies when they were kids. And it was like, oh, that was just the recipe that came on the box with this cookie punch because it made making cookies easier. So you have that, and then you have people that like my grandmother owned a bakery for 60 years, and so it's like they have a recipe. It's like that's awesome. I want that recipe. Yeah, I want to see how that was made. But for the most part, other people just like a lot of the things that make like my mom used to make this, and it's really good, and I've never been able to do it right. It's like, well, it's because I lived in a different part of the world, and things just bake different in different parts of the world. So kind of the best way I've found to like get a good cookie recipe is to try it and then keep adjusting it until it works for your house, and it's not going to work for anybody else until you have to play with them, and it takes a long time. So if you want to get a really good cookie recipe, make cookies every week. Like that's it. That's the trick. Just keep making cookies and adjusting things.
Step 1. Give yourself diabetes. Step 2. Get on insulin. Step 3. Keep making cookies.
Keep making cookies. I've been looking at because of my my sugar intake or my salt intake and stuff. Like it's surprising how quickly that stuff can sneak up on you. Like
yeah, it really is.
So yeah, I'm still struggling to try to make food that is healthy for me. Good for cooking and running your old truck. Yeah. Oh man, lard. What did I do? I had to rebuild one of the terminals on my truck for the battery. And while I was doing that, I was reading online. People were like, "Yeah, just rub petroleum jelly all over it. That'll keep it from corroding." And I was like, "I don't know if I trust that." I guess it makes sense. Like, rub some lard on it. It's like, oh no, everything has so much damn salt in it. Yeah. I was looking at making sushi last night. I'm like, that's just rice. Rice doesn't have salt.
Sushi rice does. Sushi rice has lots of stuff in it.
So I was looking at that, and it's like, okay, so they want me to make the sushi basically sushi rice is essentially adding rice wine vinegar, salt, sugar into it. And so I'm like, I'm just not gonna add the salt. But then I'm looking at it and like rice wine vinegar has a shit ton of salt. It's like, no, I love this so much. So
I believe they use the salt to retard the yeast, which is why it's milder and sweeter, because it keeps more sugar before they add the acetobacters to turn the alcohol into vinegar. I could be wrong about that. Maybe that's what it used to be, and now it's just an industrial process where they just dilute white vinegar and add sugar and salt to it. I don't know.
Yeah, so I made it and I cut I didn't add the salt. I just added some sugar. And then I added like a fourth of the amount of vinegar that I normally would. And it's like it's like, man, I was eating so much salt because I would do that. I would just like douse it in vinegar and then I would put soy sauce on it, and it's just like so much salt. So much salt just haphazardly goes into our food. Okay, there's our drow. Blade Singer. I need to make a tarot card. I didn't make a tarot card this week. That's a sad day. I did get the coloring page done, though, which is really good. It started testing so much saltier to me around 2019. Good started test. Interesting. Now that I've been... I think... So I've gone about a month now staying below like 1,500 milligrams. I might have gone over like 1 or 2 days, but like really trying to limit my amount of salt to like 300 milligrams a meal. I don't miss it as much. Like the first week it was like, nah, everything's bad. Now it's like, oh, everything tastes like food. It doesn't taste like salt.
Yeah, I've had a similar experience with sugar, although it takes me about, I would say 2, probably 3 weeks being completely off of sugar before I reach that point.
Yep. Vertex Artist. Blue Diamond almond nut thins, made with real almonds. They're pretty good. I can eat 20 crackers, and it's only got 50 milligrams of salt in it. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Good little snack. Just drink more water. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Not in your case, at least.
Not in my case, it doesn't. Yep. When I drink more water, my body goes, quick, hold on to the salt. I have to eat more bananas. All right, let's roll some dice. Everyone go watch the Kitsune video and leave a comment while I roll some dice here. 2. Oh, the delivery guy's here. That means that my chives are coming in and I can make my ranch dressing tonight. Excited for that. Cleric, half-orc barbarian with a poleaxe. Half-orc cleric. Wait, did that say cleric barbarian? Oh, Celtic half-orc barbarian. Have I drawn that like 1,000 times before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
If you have, I don't think it was specifically because of the prompt. I think it was just because you were... That was the lore you were choosing to pull from.
I feel like I have gotten a lot of Celtic half-orcs. I don't know if that's a thing that I don't get. I think there might be some...
It may be just the same person who likes Celtic stuff and
could be.
slaps it onto their orcs.
Half Celtic orc with a barbarian halfling for a weapon. That's pretty good. Trying to find a good vegan cheese because it's a little healthier, not because I'm vegan. Yeah, I was looking at vegan cheeses. I eventually just went with goat cheese. Goat cheese is pretty low sodium. Comparatively to like other cheeses.
Honestly, I'm afraid to try any cheese at this point.
I'm actually able to eat a little more of it now, so
That's good.
yeah.
I've just like cheese is on the list of things that I can never eat again, no matter what. And peanut butter just
Interesting.
made it to that list as well for me.
I can't eat the like Jif peanut butter. I can only eat like organic peanut butter that's not made with corn syrup.
Yeah, no, I can't do any of it anymore. I used to do the natural peanut butter as well, but
You said something about the potassium, right?
not anymore. No, in this case, it's specifically because of the legumes and
Interesting.
like legumes being bad with autoimmune stuff.
Can't do goat milk or cheese. Bummer. Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to stay away from cheese. I had a little bit of cheddar this morning. We'll see if my guts explode later. But seems like I can have little bits, which is good, because for a while I couldn't have anything. Maybe that kefir actually helped. Just made me sick first. I do think I was basically just like pickling myself by eating so much salt. I do love it. I love me some salt.
Yeah, probably. And most chefs do, like, in my experience, oversalt everything. Not that I know a ton of chefs, but like it's.
No, I mean that's a big complaint about like if you are a chef, a lot of people will make fun of people that work at like Denny's.
Yeah.
Because all their food is bland and boring. But that's usually because old people eat there and they can't have salt. So feta is good, and salads and cooking. Yeah, I buy a crumbled goat cheese that tastes pretty similar to feta. And I've been able to eat that with success. Like, it does make me sick. So
Well,
you need human cheese.
Sheep's milk, though.
What's that?
I said, well, feta is sheep's milk. So.
Traditionally, yes. Most feta that you buy from grocery stores, you need to read it because a lot of it's just made out of goat or cow milk. So like around here, I can't find actual feta. It's cow milk feta, and usually you have to read on the back whether or not it's actually made with sheep or goat's milk.
That does surprise me a little bit, just because I like. A Seattle area, like it seems to me like a place where that sort of air quotes hippie nonsense food would show up more.
Well, WSU is famous for their cheese.
Right, yeah.
But all of that is cow cheese.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Yeah. I will double check right now, but I'm pretty sure that's the case around here. You need to buy Greek feta, which, yeah.
There's also halloumi, but it might be a bit too salty. And with halloumi, you can fry it and it not melt.
Let me go check. I'm gonna check my feta. I know this is a weird tangent, but like, hey, go watch the Kitsune video. I'm gonna go check my feta cheese.
May have made Rook's day. See, I don't like feta because it's just way too salty for me.
I think the only thing I like feta in is like beef stroganoff. Like I like it. It has to be cooked into things for me to enjoy it. Just because it's kind of a stronger cheese flavor.
Yeah.
And I've never been good with like strong cheeses like blue cheese.
It says they make it the traditional way, and it's amazing. And then right underneath that, it says we only use milk from cows that are not. And it's like, well, right there, that answered it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to be real careful when you're looking for
Not
that stuff. Drives me crazy. Cause yeah, I love feta. I would eat feta all the time if I could.
I really like Havarti.
Is this a half orc or a full orc? This is supposed to be a half orc, I believe. Havarti,
I think provolone was my favorite cheese.
Yeah, provolone was my favorite cheese until it made me really sick. I think, like,
Yeah.
because I used to eat cheese like every day, every single day. I had when I was at the restaurant. I had to make all of the salad. It was like a chopped salad we made, so it was like salami and ham and not ham and provolone and Gouda. And then we put provolone on different sandwiches, and so like that's just I ate that all the time because I'd have to cut it, taste it, make sure the product was good and stuff, and then I would eat it for lunch. And then one day I just started getting really sick, and I was like, "Man, what is this?" It was a cheese. It turned out it was a cheese, so I had to stop eating it. But yeah, I put provolone on everything. They seem depressed. It's a depressed orc. Thinking about cheese.
Oh, I'm old. My body doesn't work anymore.
Bugalo cheese.
Bug cheese.
Yep. Could almost say in some Gouda cheese. It was really good. Gouda's great. I love Gouda.
Oh yeah.
I had to chop up like 2 blocks of like full long, like 2-foot long blocks of Gouda cheese. I'd have to slice it and I'd have to hand chop it into cubes every fucking day. It was ugh.
That sounds like a chore because like Gouda, it's like
it's tough.
It's a young kind of like milky cheese, right? So it clings to the knife.
Mm-hmm. And so because of that, you can't slice it. Like you can't put it through a slice. You can slice it into slices, but then if you try to like slice that, it just explodes. So you have to hand cut it. It was a pain in the ass. But I did that for about an hour every morning.
Ugh.
Yep. Jobs. What's the most fun and least race to draw? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know if that is a good question because it's kind of preferential, you know. I guess maybe Aarakocra because drawing feathers sucks, but like at the same time, you don't have to draw all the feathers.
Yeah, I think it super depends on what you like to draw and whether or not you figured out how you like to draw a specific race, because like most professional artists don't draw things the same way. There's a million different ways to draw goblins. There's a million different methods for drawing orcs.
Dragonborn, same thing. Like I have a pretty simplified style of them, but like some people want that dragon scale, and it's just like oof, that is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I mean like this veggie pygmy I'm drawing is not at all like the fan art. It's very much my own take, and I love drawing it. But like if I had to do it the way the official Pathfinder art of these little bugaboos is, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much. So I think the answer is the thing that's fun to draw is the thing that you figured out how to draw, and the thing that's not fun to draw is the thing that you don't yet know how to draw in a way that you like to draw.
That's a good way to look at it. Mimics are the worst.
That's just because they're non-specific.
It's because they're nothing. How to draw a mimic. However the fuck you want. Sorry, I'm getting salty now thinking about cheese. Do you scrap drawing suggestions at the end of each stream, or just stick around for the next? Dragon, we basically, what we do is on Monday I put up a new post, and then I draw those throughout the week. So if we do a stream on like Wednesday, normally it's the first day we do the draw, and then sometimes we do it on Thursday, but most of the time it's just Wednesday and Friday, and then we get rid of it. So if you want to add one to the list now, you can, and then we'll have another one posted up on Monday that you can add to for next week.
So, Dread, have you seen D&D's version of Veggie Pygmies?
No, because I didn't think they had them officially.
Yeah. And did I? Hang on.
Oh yes, I have seen them.
What is that's a Veggie Pygmy?
In 5th edition, yeah.
What's
I like
the
mine
what's the
better.
dog?
Probably also a Veggie Pygmy.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
This
they've been
way to
around
buy
since first
feta is
edition.
in brine. Interesting.
But that's just more salt, Rook.
No, I'm sorry. I looked over and was reading the thing. Yeah, I can't find a goat feta here. So I don't know. They all contain cow milk.
The lizard thing is called a thorny.
Hey, Thorny.
Interesting. Wait, you post a draw? What do you mean we post? I post the on the YouTube page. There is the community posts. I post a community post. You gotta get your own goats. I've been thinking about it. I'm thinking about getting goats.
Ugh.
Goats aren't so bad.
Billy goats stink.
I don't want them living in my house.
No, like they piss in their beards so that, because they think that the lady likes the smell.
Well, if the
And I
lady
guess
likes the smell.
Yeah, I guess pheromones are a thing, so maybe she does, but like male goats have a
it's not for you, Drew. Sorry, go ahead.
Their stench has an area of effect.
Yeah. Didn't know people use the community tab. Yeah, YouTube keeps like, we're gonna get rid of the community tab. Never mind, people are using it. You should use the community tab more. We might get rid of it. It's like, oh god. So, it's a pain in the butt trying to post to it. So I have to like navigate to my own page and then navigate through the tabs before I can actually post anything. And then if I want to read it or change it, I have to go through this whole rigmarole for it. But they did a while back. They made it so I can either I can just make a post, but I can only do that from my phone. I think maybe they updated it to the web browser. Yeah, they did. Yeah, so we have created a new post, and apparently I can make a new podcast now. That's also an option.
Oh, good. YouTube's doing podcasts.
Yep.
now.
Didn't know that. I mean, they've been doing podcasts forever. It's just
Well, people have used it for podcasts,
Yeah.
but if they're going to like specifically try to do a platform where people do podcasts,
well, so YouTube Music has been around for a little while now. I don't know if you knew that because
Yeah.
nobody knows that. But
I'm aware. I
you're
don't
aware of
use
it.
it. I'm
Exactly.
aware
Like that.
of
I
it.
think that's the big thing about it is like most people just search for the music they want to listen to. It's like YouTube, stop trying to be everything. Be good at one thing.
Yeah. The thing that I'm most frustrated with YouTube right now is that I don't like that they're basically burying channels that don't do shorts.
That is interesting. Yeah. Like
The algorithm, like, I guess burying is
yeah,
vastly overstating it, but
they're
the
prioritizing
algorithm
shorts.
doesn't- Yeah,
They're
they're
prioritizing shorts.
prioritizing channels that do shorts.
Yeah, which I have thought about that because like part of me is like shorts could be fun. I used to when I was younger, like I made tons and tons of just like really short form content because it's fun. It's fun and stupid. YouTube Music is good, I think, at least. I mean, it's probably not bad. It's just music. It's just another thing to, like, 2 years ago, everyone's telling me to get on Spotify. It's like, I don't care. I just don't care. I'm going to use YouTube. I'm going to use Pandora. So it does need to be its whole special thing. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I got distracted. What were we talking about? Shorts, yeah. I would love to start making shorts, but I don't have a good idea of what I'd want to do for it. And even with that, it counts as a video. I think they finally separated it to its own tab, so it might not cover up my art videos now. But yeah, like it's do I make a new channel? Because a lot of people are making new channels for it. I don't really have the audience to do that, so basically I'd be making 2 new competing things, and it's weird because it's the same thing with live streams. Like, live streams are competing with my other videos. The thing YouTube did around the end of last year when they demonetized anything with fictional guns, so all milsims was the worst. I think they turned some of those policies back, though. Yeah, they did. They kind of overcorrected. Not overcorrected. They overreacted to gun content, which is, you know, it's their prerogative to do so.
Yeah.
But it does kind of weird.
Considering how many like just wild shootings we have had in the United States the last couple of years, I'm not upset that they overcorrected. Yeah. But like there's a lot of, has been stated before, I don't really like guns anyway, so yeah, and that's fair. I get that it probably disenfranchised a bunch of people, and that does suck. Yeah, like there's a big community of gun tube of like a bunch of channels, and like that's fine, like that's the whole thing. But yeah, the problem is that they overnight essentially said, hey, you need to not do any of the things you're doing for your channel. And it's like, these are huge channels. There's obviously a community that wants to see them. Instead of them regulating people that are promoting like bad gun uses and violence, they just blanket basically said like no more anything. And it's just like, yeah, that's dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Not because they're pissing off the people with guns, but like gun safety videos. Absolutely. Like good gun channels where people can go and learn and like be introduced to that kind of stuff is great. But you need to be able to filter out the bad actors in there, right? And that's true for every type of content. It's just with guns, there's a very like, I think a big part of it was that there was a shooting last year where people were like putting their videos up before they would commit the crimes, different crimes and shootings on like TikTok and stuff. And so not TikTok, I'm sorry. It might've been TikTok, but I think it was Twitter. Twitter got freaked out about it because they are, you know, like, hey, you guys didn't stop this. What the shit? And so YouTube went, and just turned it all off. And it's just like, guys, you need to do this in a proper way. No guns, but naked yoga. Okay. I mean, yeah, right. Like that's Twitch in a nutshell right now. I have no problems with naked yoga.
YouTube hates money. So I mean, but actually, I think it's the opposite. Like YouTube, basically, anytime it sees something that might hurt its bottom line or might get it sued, instead of trying to address the issue, they just like slap it away. Yeah, they just shut it down, which makes sense. And then I think now they're like, okay, this is the things we can do. These are the way we're going to change. That's fine. They don't do it in a transparent way, and it freaks people out. I grew up in, you know, southern Idaho in just like gun country, and I still really like firearms as a I just love them. They're cool. But I'm totally fine with like all the regulation that can happen with them. Like it's fine you need to be able to talk about it in a way that's not aggressive in like, hey, maybe we should talk about how we can store guns safely. So stop trying to take my guns. It's like, okay. Like those are not the same things. Those are not the same things. YouTube is protected by Section 230 against being sued for user content. Currently, yeah. So, and that's why I'm saying I think it's more about their money than about them being sued for the things, because if advertisers see content that may be off topic or might make people uncomfortable, the advertisers will pull their funding. and then
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
doesn't get paid. So YouTube's just like, let's stop doing this thing before the advertisers pull out, so we can get back from that. So there's a lot going around with it, and I myself, like, I'm pretty good about censoring myself when it comes to YouTube policies. Like, I don't want to bump into anything, so it's like I play it very safe with cursing on the actual videos and like the content I pick, and that's my choice, right? Like, my choice is to try to do that. But there are other people that's like, if you want to do something that is very risque or something that goes against YouTube's policies, YouTube has the right to, you know, demonetize that or reject it. So it is very much just it's scary when the things that are accepted all of a sudden become not accepted, and that's when there's an issue and people freak out about it. Because like my feed, I follow I can't remember his name, but he basically works for the Smithsonian's Armory or something. And he does a lot of like historical gun reviews and things, and I really love them. And so I watched him and like one other guy that guy is kind of loopy, and I love it. He feels like some of my uncles, and they're just like old school gun talk, and I think that's really fun. But when that happened, my YouTube Shorts feed was just flooded with people being like, I can't show you this gun. I can't show you how this gun works. Look at this gun I can't show you. And I'm just like, you're flooding this to everybody as like whatever they wanted, they got the opposite. Like, all of a sudden YouTube is just flooded with gun content because they just turned it off, which is just like, I don't know why they think that. Is it the old guy with the ponytail? Yeah. I've watched a ton of both of them. There you go, Vertex Artist. I bet YouTube saw me watching those videos and you watching those videos, and she's like, you should watch Rookzer0's videos. He likes the same stuff you like. They're really great. Blanket policies are a bad thing of ads, yeah. Because you can just have advertisers say what kind of content they want to go to. That's a new thing, though. Yeah, like there's definitely a lot of different targeted ad things that are happening. So sorry about the shop talk, I guess. Something if people are interested in talking about. I just want to make sure people aren't getting riled up over YouTube bad, you know? Like, I'd argue that Twitch is kind of hard garbage right now. And YouTube has been, well, they've done some dumb stuff in the past. Like YouTube's still treating me good, so I don't want people to get mad about things that I kind of agree with aren't really issues.
Yeah.
So
I think I would agree. Currently, YouTube is, in my opinion, the most functional of the air quotes free to publish streaming services.
Lesser of two evils. But unfortunately, they're kind of starting to stick their thumbs in too many pies.
Yeah.
It's just like, chill out. And always be critical. Being critical of things like YouTube is totally legit. Like, they should be held accountable for quite a bunch of their decisions. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to just defend YouTube, but yeah, don't stress yourself out over it.
Yeah.
Twitch has a lot more to answer for, I think, right now than references for guns in games. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of issues dealing with guns and firearms that are so far beyond the scope of whatever people are posting on YouTube that we need to talk about. And we can't have a discussion about it when everyone is freaking out about it. So that's my stance. My stance on it is we're just like, people need to be able to talk. And there are some people that just love to take advantage of the I want to say like the
controversy.
Yeah. And so I think there's a culture there of kind of inappropriate gun usage that should be addressed and should be like, hey, you're not doing safe things, but we need to kind of decide what that means as a group instead of just corporations being like, well, just stop paying them for that. It's like, well, hold on a second. It's weird to see a video sponsored by a video game company like Paradox, only for the video to also be demonetized. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure about that one.
Did I remember how to draw hands?
Looks pretty good.
I think I did.
The parachute. Some pretty manly shoulders. Talking about the tree or the orc?
Probably both. This plant creature is androgynous. Clearly, it's got no bits.
All my ribosomes are on my head. You want some fruit? Get out of here. Go on, get.
Will this body be the rhizome?
I mean, if
That's a good question.
we're doing Mandrake, then yes, the body would be the rhizome.
Because that's why I was. You went Mandrake, I was thinking ginger. Fresh ginger.
Horizontal underground plant stem capable of producing shoot new root systems. Creepy root stalks and buds.
Stop staring at the demons. My eyes are down here.
Tree elf dude. Even bamboo shoots. That's pretty funny. Whoa, Vertex, keep it YouTube appropriate. That was a plant joke, by the way.
I was just thinking of mushu pork, which has bamboo shoots in it. At least here in the States it does.
I love watching Uncle Roger. Every time someone's like, okay, now just put the bamboo shoots. He's like, bamboo shoots! He just like goes off on them.
I watched his first video and it's just like everyone else, I was freaked out about the rinsing of the rice, and then it's like I watched an Indian cook do the same thing. It's like, oh, it's an Indian thing, not. That's just. I was like, they blanch their rice before they cook their rice. Makes sense.
Yep. And if you're doing like Mexican cooking, you can sometimes saute the rice first. Gives it a nice little nutty flavor. There's a lot of different ways you can prepare it. It's really cool. I'm a big fan of I rinse my rice all the time, every time. I just or before I cook it. That's what I'm a big fan of. Sorry.
Yes. I do too, out of kind of not so much a force of habit, just I like the texture of the rice when it's done like that. Especially if I get like a short grain rice, like kind of the rice I use for sushi. It's like it's really kind of sticky. Yep.
I think I'm done here. What time is it? 1:30? I should probably get up and walk around a little bit.
Yep.
It is 1:30 though. We could call it. What are people feeling? Has everybody gone and commented on the video? I'm gonna check. Let's check. How are we doing? Let's see how the video's doing. 120 views? That's not too bad. 8 comments. Come on. Alright.
I don't know what to comment, so...
Long boy.
I'll go and add that in a little bit.
I told people to comment on a video, and I was like, just post whatever. And somebody posted, like, they just started going to all my videos and posting just, like, the same thing over and over and over again, and YouTube blocked them for spamming. And I was like... They're not wrong. They're not wrong, but I appreciate the effort. So they eventually got unbanned. It was fine, but I felt bad. So don't go crazy, but definitely comment something.
Like, even if it's a helpful critique.
Yeah.
Just...
Somebody posted this morning, on one of the first videos I did. It might have been the Minotaur video. They're like, it would be helpful if you posted more than just the artwork. And I was like, yep. You're 3 years behind, but thank you. I appreciate it. Lizard, hello. What's been drawn so far? Quite a bit. We've drawn quite a few things.
You have drawn quite a few things. Yeah. I'm still on my warm-up.
Someone in a... Oh, is this something you want to add to the list, Dragon? Like Doctor Shaped Mask, Tabaxi. Oh, these are the things we've drawn so far. Yeah. We've drawn the half work. Good memory. Nice. I'll watch it with the audio on when you're done streaming. Nice. Okay. Was he still right 3 years later though? I mean, yeah, I think he was right. It was funny because like I've changed my art style or my video styles up since then. So I don't know if that was the first video they saw or what, but it was just like, you're not wrong, but...
It's definitely the first video I ever saw of yours.
The Minotaur one?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of Minotaur art out there for D&D.
That's why I was looking. Yeah. That's how I found it.
Yeah. Trying to list the things by looking at the video preview. Nice. It's a darn shame. All right, I'm gonna do one more. I want to do one more. One, man. I am so okay with.
I am personally okay playing a medium Minotaur. That's just me.
Coward.
No. I never saw Minotaurs as being massive creatures.
Really? Oh man, I love it's just like I always think whenever I see maybe it's because of like cartoons or something from when I was younger, but like I feel like Minotaurs should be like twice as tall as a normal person. Like they should just be massive. All right, I rolled a Plasmoid Forge Domain Cleric. She was created by a part of a forge in the celestial realm, sending mortals to live. Okay.
Oh, there's this fine getting drawn after weeks of it being posted.
Oh, really? Has that been posted a bunch?
Yeah.
Do it, coward. That's what I was trying to say.
I think the
it's
reason
backwards.
why is
why cow people are hot. Nice.
Like I used to have a bunch of books on Greek mythology, and like the Minotaur was never super a massive creature.
Yeah, it was
always just like at most maybe 7 feet tall.
Because it was a dude with a bull head, right? Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like it was just the head was the only thing that was weird.
Yeah.
And it could also be that like I grew up around cows and stuff, and like bulls are big. They're just giant creatures. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think the medium sized thing is also legitimate. But because I want them to be monstrous, I want them to be huge, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I think that's completely legitimate. You're right. You can definitely play them as a medium.
I know the times they've had them as playable things, they've always been kind of medium because they always like the ones that you play are different from the demon ones. I was like, okay.
That's where the cowardice comes in. Why can't I play a demon cow? A demon cow man.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta catch up here. I want some labyrinth wielding Grecian pirates and phalanx armor. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully my suggestion will be done today. How many are left? 13. Anyone playing the Diablo beta today? One of my friends logged on to play it earlier, and he sent me a link saying that he was in a queue for 80 minutes.
Oof.
Yeah.
Is it completely online play? Or
Yeah. I believe so, anyways. Actually, I don't know. They did that with Diablo 3. They made Diablo 3 online only because the problem with Diablo 2 is that people were basically cheating because if you have an offline play, you can adjust your own stats on your computer and stuff. So who knows? Who knows what they'll do? But weren't they huge in the original myths? Sorry, I might make you do an alignment change if you ate another sapien. I mean, yeah, I think they were cannibals, but they weren't large. They weren't necessarily large, but they were tall. They were pretty tall.
Like, all things considered, we really don't have that much description of what the Minotaur was supposed to be like. And anybody who tells you that they know exactly what it was is lying because, like, those myths were not standardized.
Yeah, they were just told, right?
So, yeah, so ultimately it doesn't matter. Like, you play your Minotaur the way you want to play it.
Unless your character started, I won't get done this week. That's right. Yeah, you can always repost it again next week if you want. I might do another one too. I'm not sure. It's 1:30. We'll see how far I go with this one. Here's the Underdark. Do what you do. We're talking about cannibalism. I think I'm not sure. Imagine before now, we're 5'7" is tall. That's true. Yeah, we are getting taller as a species, which is kind of neat. Can't tell me you've never seen a Minotaur and you're like, this is a nice hunk of beef. I think I've said that on stream a few times, so who knows. If the gods don't want you to eat Minotaurs, then why would they make them so delicious? Now I think we're getting off topic.
Yep.
The queues are long today, okay. I remember when Final Fantasy XIV, the patch, or the expansion dropped, the queue was like 10 hours or something, so them only having probably like 1 or 2 servers up for the beta test makes total sense.
Yeah, I was looking if I could like download the demo, and it's like I can't. Sad.
My Minotaur is a moose with a maple syrup addiction. That's pretty funny.
I have never been interested in Diablo. Like, I haven't played a lot of Blizzard games.
I'm a big dungeon crawler fan, so I do want to play it for sure. but I'm not in the. I'll wait. I'm fine with waiting.
I think the first ever Blizzard game was Diablo. I'm pretty sure that's really the only game I've ever sat and played through.
I think the only Blizzard game I've ever played through was first StarCraft.
StarCraft's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I play as a wizard. Because, of course I am. Magic is dope.
Magic is.
Then I tried the Witch Doctor and it felt weird.
Jumper loves the Witch Doctor. I think it's partially because you're gonna throw spiders at people, though.
Yeah.
Just like non-stop
Summon a
spiders.
plague of frogs.
Yep.
Oh no, is that why she captured Spooter?
Probably.
Um,
I warned you about that.
Shouldn't have let her have it.
I played before and after Realm Reborn. Yeah, same.
There have been a lot of spiders and spider-themed things that happened to our group in 2nd edition.
Oh, I mean, partially that is just because I like.
Spiders.
I do like spiders.
Elven
I like
hair.
kind of the eldritch horror elements of them.
Elven Hair, I think you would be in good company, like the Minotaur Life Domain Cleric. I've done so many commissions of that. Not specifically like the Life Domain, but just like Minotaurs that are
Oh, boys.
yeah. Yep. Like that's a very common I would say that's more common than like anything else, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
I think that
Yeah.
energy got transferred to furbolgs
yeah. Yep.
as well.
Yeah, there were a lot of people wanting to play very soft Highland cows, and then the Furbolgs got their furification, and everyone started doing that.
Yep.
Sometimes literally.
Yep.
Ah,
Whap, whap, whap.
but also I had like
Choose my words better.
a
next time.
red-white deck in Magic, so I had a lot of Boros Legion Minotaurs. So
What's being
Crusader
drawn?
Minotaurs.
This is an ooze cleric.
Of the Forge. So would their ooze be like liquid metal?
Ooh, that's way cooler than what I was thinking.
Yeah, but I mean, like, really hard to draw.
Paxi? Paxi.
Capaxi.
Oh, let's see.
Starfinder. Okay.
Space plant people?
Oh, is that the Groot people?
Oh, no. It's like,
Complex colonies of coral-like polyps that develop
Ooh.
into anthropomorphic forms.
interesting. They only have 4 hit points.
Damn.
Have I told
So-
you guys that I really
Yeah.
dig the not rolling for hit points in Pathfinder? At first, I was very upset, and now I'm like, nope, I like this. This is fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
definitely
we've had,
nice.
yeah, I think we've had that conversation. It has been nice. It's actually been really nice from a GM perspective, because it has generally mean that I haven't needed to worry quite so much about one-shotting the spellcasters,
Mhm.
with the exception of Nemi, who I think I've almost killed 3-4 times.
It's possible.
I know you killed the crow or raven.
Oh yeah, I've definitely knocked out Mischief completely, at least 3 times.
Like, oh man. Yeah, my paladin, like I wasn't building tanky, and so like the fact that my health is just there, it's like, okay, that's nice. I'm very glad I have a little bit of just static tank. But it also, I think that makes a lot more sense for if you want to do multi-classing or like archetypes, because then
Yeah.
you can easily track, like, oh, what was my health at level 3? It's like, I know exactly what that would have been. Rolling for hit points. So just taking some sort of default number for class health or something? Yeah, so you basically, in 2nd edition, you get maximum health. Whereas, like, you always take... So everybody gets 8 hit points per level, plus your constitution modifier. If that's what your class starts with. So each class has a different number, but it essentially just goes up to just always taking the maximum die roll every turn.
And depending on your ancestry, you get like a little bump, but that is not added as you level up.
And with that though, like it also makes so like Constitution, putting points in Constitution makes you a lot tougher. Whereas before, like you kind of either had to put points in Constitution because you rolled low, or it doesn't feel as punishing anymore. Like you have to have. A lot of times in 5e, people put points into Constitution because they have to. I feel like you don't have to do that as much. You can be weaker this time around. It's not so bad. Always give the players the option to take advantage. Yeah, I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I generally recently for 5e, I've been I will give people the the median, the middle, average, whatever it is. Or their roll. That's what I say. Like if you roll a d8, you take 4 or whatever you roll, whichever's higher. But even with that, I give people options to get those back. And that's kind of the thing that bothers me is like you can I tell people they can retrain those points, like they spend money or time and they can get those back, but then they have to keep track of what they rolled at every level, and it's a pain in the ass. So it's like a d8 would be 5. Yeah. A d8 would be a minimum of 4 up to 8. But in Pathfinder, it's just 8. You just get 8.
Yep. Or if you're like a barbarian, you get 10?
10 or 12, I think. I think fighters are 10.
No, but it's really nice, especially since 1st edition Pathfinder suffered from rocket tag, where it was really easy to get one shot.
Yeah.
Especially with certain high damage monsters like bullets.
Sorry. I lost a fight with a bullet. With a bullet? Yeah, sure.
Bullet.
A bullet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Magma bullets.
I think of the magma bullet is my favorite favorite creature. Is that a shark? It's swimming in a volcano. That's not good. Magma shark, that's stupid. Well, it's technically a magma shark dog.
Yeah, Matt added some of them to his little world, so there's now magma bullets.
Oh, they're in Pathfinder. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a Mercer original. He definitely ported those over from Pathfinder.
It's just he's never used them.
Oh, okay.
In anything. He's just had them statted up for 5th edition in their book.
I like the bullets.
Magnadon.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. New character for me. A Minotaur, former adventurer that owns and runs a tavern. That's good. Wearing a barmaid outfit. Okay, it's getting a little weird. Flips tables. Ooh, like a skateboard? Like, do they dance on the tables or just kick them? That's pretty funny. I like Minotaurs as barkeeps. Because they are
pretty much
huge.
Everybody is a barkeep.
That's true. I've done a lot of weird barkeeps. I think the novelty of the Minotaur is that it's just if your players are kind of very generic, it's just like, oh, and by the way, the bartender is half a cow. It's just like, whoa! You can't get away from it.
Mm.
It's a good way to introduce like fantasy weirdness to people. But I think that's true for any bartender. Like, so you could do that with like an Aarakocra. You could do that with A minotaur. You could do it with like a grung. That would be really funny. So I guess it's less about the minotaur and more about the barkeep. Should be weird.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of barkeeps being old adventurers.
Same.
Don't mess with this guy. He will kill you.
I think my favorite barkeep I've ever done was a former ranger, and his animal companion was basically the bouncer, and it was a owl bear named Frenzy.
Nice.
I was gonna say that's probably where the trope came from. Was like to keep players from killing the barkeeps.
Well, it could be.
Yeah, no, they're
Oh, definitely.
So don't mess with them.
Yeah, every GM knows you gotta be proactive in preventing murder hoboing.
Yep.
Fire Genasi Wereshark. That sounds pretty awesome. I have a bartender that no one ever sees, named because they're gnome. You just see their pointy hat. That would be pretty funny in the kitchen. Just a pointy hat walking back and forth. I'd do that. I drew some sexy hips on this oozling.
Yes, you did.
And I now realize that I don't want to give her pants because they wouldn't stay on. So I think I'm just gonna call this one. I think this one's done.
Sounds good. I'm done.
You're done? All right. I think it's probably a good place to call it. Just about 2 o'clock. We did real good. Thanks for hanging out today, everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the wonderful character ideas. Appreciate the chit chat. Good comments today. Nice cordial. I had a weird interaction because somebody at the grocery store this morning, an old guy, cut behind me. And so the lady that was standing there just like flipped the table. And then this old guy just started screaming at her. And I was like, I should say something. I'm not gonna. Just like head down, keep going. And I felt bad about not doing anything about it, but it was weird. So I appreciate the calm and kind candor of today. I appreciate it. And yeah. That's all I got. That's all I have. Thanks for hanging out. Go check out the Kitsune video. The comments really do make a big difference. So I keep asking for them because I have noticed if I get like 10 or so comments on a video, the video gets like 1,000 more views. So don't know if that makes a difference or not. YouTube seems to think it does. So even if you're just commenting on someone else's video, like nice, or someone else's comment, that helps a lot. Let's see if we can find anybody to raid today. And then we'll call it a weekend. We'll have a grand old time.
Just hoping for another conspiracy theorist debunk video this week.
Oh, it's supposed to come out today, isn't it? Part 3?
I thought so.
Ah.
I haven't seen any posts about it.
All right, we could go see what Roll for Combat is doing. Hoping all the other guys were around today, but they're not. So yeah, we'll go check out them. But otherwise, thanks again, everybody. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. Sorry for details. Oh, for what? Oh yeah. No, go take a rest. Thanks for hanging out. That's all I got. I'll post another thing on Monday. I will be setting up the Patreon or the Discord membership this week. If you're already a Patreon member, you don't need to join the membership from the Discord. It is basically another way for people to get access to the digital Patreon rewards on the Discord. So if you are a Patreon member, don't worry about it. If you were thinking about becoming a Patreon member, stickers, or the Discord subscription will be up hopefully this weekend. I think it's like $2 or $3 a month, and then you get access to like all the hidden stuff I draw and stuff like that. So, can plasmoids shapeshift? Sometimes. Depends. Go watch the slime video. It's good. They have a lot of really cool little things for that. So thanks again. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. Catch y'all later. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Bye.